Hi my dears, welcome to my channel. So what are we going to see today? Today we are going to see together how is this connection going. For first pile we are going to have this crystal that is connected with throat chakra, right? And we have this image, and for second group we're going to have this crystal, and this is your image, my dears. All right, so let us see together what is going on with this connection, my dears. Let me know in the comments if this resonated. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and we will see in your readings. Bye. Hi my dear group number one, let us check what's going on with this connection. Now, first of all, there's something. You are being watched in your social media, all right? Everything that you're being posting is being watched by this person. There was some kind, there was something here that took time, and the time was not like 1 week or 2 days. It took their own time to be expressed, all right? And it was supposed to be quickly, but actually time was needed here for something to be expressed, something to be known. Someone was hurt here, and they really had to see all the perspectives, even from those that they once thought that caused them wrong, all right? So that something, they could gain some kind of control in the situation, because this person was hurt, and whatever happened here, they felt that they had to protect themselves from this hurt. Okay? Now, what I believe that this person is you. You are the person who was hurt in this situation. And you are the person that once thought that you could fly and go above all the problems in this connection. All right? But something was working against you, my dears, that you felt that you had to protect yourself, that you felt that you really had to face this, or face your inner fears in order to fight this. And it can be that you had someone that is older than you, or in a high position, or someone that you thought that it was not possible. Yeah, in one way it seems like it was a kind of disguise, something like, or not giving you the best advices, or trying to stop this connection, or something like that, because there was a big problem here with your connection. There was something that tried to involve you in their problems. There was someone that tried to involve you in their problems, and you were always trying to balance yourself. But in one way, it kind of took your power away. All right, you felt like your energy was gone, and all right, so I might be talking about this other person. So you are the one that were hurt, and these other person are the one that try to kind of control you. I even see here in one way. And you had to take your time to understand this. And it was your own time. It was nobody else's time. It might not be quick or it was probably even slower than other people would like you to be there. Doesn't matter. It was your own time, and it was the correct time, because we all need time to understand some things that are very deep, and we all need time to get the conclusions, because that is the only way that we are really cured or healed. All right, we need time. I believe that what happened here with this person really left you out of this passion, even your creativity. It was very painful. And when you saw that this person was doing this, you saw other people that were working with them. Now, for some reason, something came into my mind, that is the flying monkeys. I don't know if you ever heard about that. It is, for example, when you have someone very manipulative in your lives, this person tries to work against you, and they kind of convince everybody around of their own story, and they send these people because you block them or something like that. They send these other people to make the dirty work for them. All right. So, and you were very hurt, because then you saw how much this other person in your connection wanted to control you, and how much this other person wanted to kind of keep you in that net, all right, that they created. And this kind of really brought you down, yeah, and you felt that you couldn't express yourself. I believe that what happened here, my dears, with your connection, is that you started to learn more about this. You started to search more for answers, and you started to understand more what you had to protect about yourself. And you decided that you were going to do that, no matter what, that you were going to protect yourself. And you created the fire again inside of you. You suddenly felt that energy that once was gone, and you felt that you would have the power to defend yourself no matter what. All right? So something in this connection had to go down. You really understood that this had to go away, or the way it was built once had to go away. And you did it. All right? And you did it, my dears. And I see that it was difficult, but you found the courage to do that. You found the courage to put away from your life something that was being so depleted, so depleting you from your energy. And I believe, my dears, that right now you are starting to create something new for you, far away from these monsters, far away from this energy. But you are still defensive. You are still defensive. You are still thinking that the battle is not finished here. You still feel that you need to protect you, and perhaps even people that you love that somehow were connected with this, and also stayed beside you. All right? So you think that, yeah, it was not enough. You still have to protect yourself. I believe this person has a big pull. That's how they were kind of manipulating you, kind of dragging you down into this web that they created. And you still feel that you have to fight it. Whatever happened here also, this person was not aware that you had something that could protect you from them. Because you started to see this, it was a process, but you started to see, and somehow you started to gather things that you could protect yourself against this situation. There are people with you. There are some people that are helping you, my dears, with this. Now, this person might be spying on you, like I said before, on social media. And this person is still very attracted by you, all right? Very, very seduced by you. Even seduced by your own inner self. Like your mind. Your mind. Yes, it's your mind. They love your mind, my dears. Might be that you kept very well yourself in a safe space, though you were under this the pressure that they had made to you. It was kind of you kept yourself, and it's like they are not happy about it. Oh my God, what an energy we have here, my dears. Well, yeah. It seems to me that this was not healthy. This situation was not healthy, and you have had to take some time, your time, to find healthy again. To understand what for you is healthy. To understand what values you want to preserve in your life. And to defend yourself from one of the problems that this person presented to you. But now you have someone else, and pay attention, because they are pointing to you something else. So if they commented something in these last days, if these people told you something, yes, pay attention to that, all right? There is a role of emotions here, because I believe you're very emotional attached, though, with this person, because you once had a connection with them. But you are also very defensive, because right now you saw that this person is limiting your life, your spirit, all right? And you understand that right now it's time for expression, because you lost that in this web. You thought that you had to protect so much yourself that you kind of oriented your focus into protection mode. And when we oriented our focus into protection mode, that's why when we have situations like this, the quicker we resolve them, the best. And sometimes that's not possible, because we have our own process, and to heal we really need sometimes the time is needed. Time is needed for our process. And but as soon as we are able to take our focus out of this protection mode, right, the better, because protection mode actually is a kind of survival mode, yes. And when you are in a survival mode, what you will be attracting is not the vibration that you wish. Because survival means you have to protect yourself. So that is the energy that you are sending to the universe. And you know that the universe just gives everything. So as soon as you are ready to take your focus out of the problem, start focusing on abundance, my dears. Because abundance is not survival mode, right? Abundance is what will remove you from the frequency of this problem, and is what will allow you to see the doors opening for you, all right? And you need doors opening for you. I believe there is still the pressure of this situation here, you are still under this intention of protect yourself. And as soon as you can, my dears, please change your focus to abundance, meaning that you know that when this person appears, it's not what you want. But when this person leaves, when the problem is resolved, change your focus and start appreciating things in your life. Start by little things and then the bigger things. Start dreaming about more. Start writing about how would it be the perfect connection with someone, how much you will feel connected with that person, how much you would feel that you were working as a team, both of you taking care of your energy, taking care of your health, not depleting each other, but helping each other, sharing energy with each other, all right? So taking out your focus from this problem, all right, as soon as you can. Sometimes it's difficult, sometimes we have things that are involved in the problem that are always trying to grab our attention, but as soon as it is resolved, it's like, you know, train your mind to go to another place, because there is where you are going to be attracting much more in your life, everything that you want, that I believe that you saw here with your learning process, because there was here a learning process, even a learning process on how could you protect yourself from this energy, and why you were doing that, because you don't feel that is your way. You don't feel that what this person is doing is part of your value system, all right? So now it's time for you to start to write down, what do you want, what do you wish in your life, my dears? And as soon as you can, change your focus to the new, change your focus to the what is the doors opening. Yes, let me see. What's going on? What's happening with this connection? What's happening? You still feel that is worrying for you, all right? There's something here that you feel that is still worrying. Perhaps you need to have more knowledge about something, and you feel that you need to know something else. You might feel that you need to know who are these people that are helping this other person, all right? Because you still feel that this person is kind of wanting to take from you. This energy is not good energy, as you can see, my dears. And I think that if this is your pile, you're totally aware of this situation. And you really want to come out of this. And I believe that you in truth, if you didn't recognize that yet, you're going to understand that you want to come out of this complete in yourself with the, you know, all your energy, and stopping this situation of being depleted from energy because of this person. Now, what's going on? What is happening in this connection? What's going on with this connection? Yes, you know, yeah, there's something that you discover here, and that you really want to, understand what this person has on you, I believe. Yeah, what this person has on you. You two are pretty much very, if you decide to block this energy, you do have the strength to do that, all right? Because you might be looking at this person and trying to understand But whatever you understood before, remember that I told you that you took some time to understand, now you were able to express. Yes, express is also a big deal. You are going to move forward, my dears, and you are going to move forward knowing what you still want to know. I can see that you are going to be knowing what you still want to know. You are going to move forward with this lesson learned, and you are going to manifest the connection that you want, right? Because this connection is not giving you what you always wished you desire. Now, what's going on with this connection? Yeah, it might be that you are right now, remember that I told you that there's still things that you feel that you need to protect yourself from. Yeah, right now you feel that there is a kind of a pause, a hold here. It might be that you need to look at something. You need to take a look at something happening. You need to understand more about the situation. What is involving, what is really happening, why are those flying monkeys that I talked before, those people that are working or maybe giving you some news about the other person or telling you things. You know, flying monkeys, sometimes they don't have the big picture of everything. These people that are sent, sometimes they have half of a story. And they are making their own, they are helping half of the story. And many times when you try to convince them of the other way around, it doesn't help. Because they are so wash-brained by the other person that even if you try to convince them, sometimes it's even working against you. So the best thing is to be yourself and avoid these flying monkeys. Avoid people that question your energy, because one of the manipulations that might be used with this situation is that the person that is manipulated try to put the guilt on you, try to make you seem like they are actually. All right? So these flying monkeys will be very convinced, because one of the skills of these kind of people that are very manipulative is that they know how to convince people. They know how to catch other people's emotions. So even if you try to show some reality or bring some reality into the situations, most of times it's going to work. You can try to do that. But you can try to do that in one way, that you are not going to wait that these people are going to be by your side. You have people by your side too, because I saw it here. You have people that are watching your back too. But be sure that these people that are already convinced, that already took a side, that is going to be very difficult to see your side. So the best way to deal here with these people is try to avoid them in one way, or showing them the truth, but not being influenced by the strategies of the manipulative person, because they are going to send messages to try to catch you in this emotional web that they create with these situations. So it might be that they send someone saying, oh, he really misses you, oh, he's not, but this is on purpose, so that something here, so that you can return to this web that was made before. But you're still wanting to see something here, all right? But you are going to see it, and you're going to move forward, and you're going to move forward, advancing to what you really want, and not being stuck in this energy here that actually I believe that you don't want to fight anymore. So the solution here, my dears, is change the direction. Change the direction. Yes, understand what is happening, know what is happening, hold that truth, and come out of this winning. And winning is with what? With the lesson learned, understanding what now you have as values and moving forward from this situation. All right, so this is what I have for you, my dears. I know this is difficult and that you are going through a very difficult situation. I believe very soon you are going to come out of this with clarity and wanting to achieve your dreams, wanting to achieve that connection that you always wanted. You are going to come out of this wanting to grow your garden. Yes, you've been waiting, but right now it's time for yourself. It's time to pay attention into yourself. If you can actually move from this kind of energies, these energy vampires, you're going to see that you are going to create your own garden. You're going to see that, yes, perhaps you take some time, but it's your own time. And that expression that is willing to come out of you, that self-expression, that creativity that you finally got back, will help you out in this situation. All right, so see you in the next readings, my loves. Bye. Hi, my dear group number 2. Welcome to your reading. So if you chose this crystal here with this image, so I see that there was something unfair that happened here, something that you felt that you had to keep your guard up against this. All right, it might be something that or someone that was kind of using disguised ways to get to a certain point here. Now, I believe there were many fears involved in this connection, and I believe there was someone here that was with a lot of expectations, but actually the truth was a different truth in the other side. There was here a way that you couldn't went through with this person. All right, yes, perhaps you were feeling that in a material way things were going well, but it might be that this connection also messed up with your material situation, with your financial situation. And it got to a point, my dears, that you really had to go inwards so that you could understand what was happening here. All right, there was something that you saw that this person was kind of disguising it. All right, was using kind of underground methods to achieve whatever they wanted in a very selfish way. Oh, okay. And unfortunately, there was a point here that you couldn't see much of a future here. It was like suddenly you had someone messing with different areas of your life, perhaps even attracting you with their sexual energy, physical energy, seducing you, leading you into a vibration that was holding you in a kind of a web there. And you felt that you couldn't see much more than that. But at the same time with this person, there was a door here that you always wanted to go through, that you couldn't. You felt, I cannot, this is just what I'm having here. This is the only thing that I'm receiving here. I'm having this physical connection, that's true, but there is a door here, something here that I would like to have more that I'm not having. So what's going on with this connection is that there is a door here that both of you might be with difficulties to go through that door. There is a balance here that is not being achieved in this connection. I can see that you both can be in this physical connection that I told you, where you're both very seduced by each other into this frequency of living this physical expression, and but this is not being good to your financials in one way, and it can be that you are also having some problems with that because of this lifestyle that was created here with you too, and you can feel that things are not balanced in this connection. Now, what I see here is that it needs to be, there is needed to be a transformation. And because of your crystal, I believe that the transformation that needs to come to your connection is being more from the heart space, all right? Coming more from the heart space. Because right now, it's like you have a disconnection there. It's like both of you will have to go inwards. All right, maybe you are already, like I saw before, you will have to go inwards so that you can understand that there is more to this. There is a kind of a balance that needs to exist here. Maybe that's why you feel protective of yourself, because you feel that you cannot explore this heart space. And you feel that you have so much to give, but it might be that the other person is taking a lot from you, all right? So there is a transformation here that needs to be done, and that transformation is that your heart space, both of you, heart space needs a change here. You need to be growing a garden that is wanting to achieve that balance, all right, and is wanting to grow into lands that were not growing anymore. Because this kind of energy, when it's totally based in physical is like pleasure, it goes very soon, all right? It's like, it's a superficial thing, it's something that is not based in any root. Is something that is very superficial, all right? But love is what is profound, is what is create roots. And when pleasure and this physical attraction comes out of love, then is when you have this garden planted, all right? Because physical attraction without love is going away. It has no roots in it. Yes, it's going away. So there is something here that needs to come into the situation, and probably even opening the door that you always wanted to open. That has to come from a strength inside, from values that you have, that will need to plant here in a sphere that before was kind of hopeless, without future. And it might be that after a certain expression of a heart base, you are going to create something here. Something more profound can come out of this connection, all right? It's possible. It might be possible that is something that will, you are going to be able to establish or to balance this physical attraction with something more, something that you will be protecting the back of each other. Is like not just a physical attraction, but you are going to create some emotional connection here with this person. There is needed here a link, something else. Also trusting more, because I saw that you were being protective, and you still are protective. Because what might be happening here is that you want to grow something and you feel some resistance. So in order so that you don't feel hurt here, you are using all this protection around you and trying to create something here. But I believe this connection has a potential, has the potential to to change here and to be more grounded, and also to expand into a very stable emotional house. You will feel like home for each other, which is very beautiful, because it seems that it's going to be physical attraction with a very interesting emotional connection here too, where you are going to feel much more protected, and you will also understand that this is what you want. Perhaps you haven't been seeing it. Perhaps you were in a comfortable situation. You were like, well, I'm just here right now. I cannot see future here, but well, I'm just, yes, but probably there was this inner understanding that you had to have to understand that in order for you to see something grow here, you need to establish an emotional connection, and you need to dream, even though you have these fears coming out. You need to feel protected also, because and feel protected in your energy, because if you are in the correct vibration, everything that will surround you will be attracted by that vibration. So if this person stays, they are not forced to stay, and if somebody leaves, the best way here is to be happy about that, because they are not part of your vibration. So I know that is easy said than done. We are not happy all the time. Sometimes it really hurts. But there is an understanding here that sometimes we have to have. There is, when somebody leaves, it is a message in itself. It is because they don't connect with our vibrations. So we need to accept more when somebody leaves, because they are not part of what we are attracting. And that should be a blessing. Imagine that you have someone holding on you, holding on your energy, that you have nothing to do with that person. That's terrible, isn't it? It's like you would feel always persecuted or something like that. You don't want anything that doesn't belong to your vibration. You don't, because your inner self knows more than your conscious self. All right, there is much more going on there inside of you, and is that is always creating, is because it knows what you want. So be aware of the message that you are sending. All right, because if you really want something else in your life, if you really want this more profound thing to be true, you need to get to a point also in your life that you feel that this is truth for you. So if you keep feeding relationships that are more superficial, that of course you are not going to attract that more rooted connection, because you're still attracting those superficial ones. All right, those more physical ones. So for you to be attracting that, also there is a realization here that you need to have, that you also value an emotional and deep connections. And when you start attracted from that point, be aware of what is happening around you, because if somebody wants to leave, that's because you're not attracting that person anymore. If somebody wants to stay or without forcing, very important not to force, all right? Because force comes from lack. You don't need to force anything. So if somebody stays in your energy, that is because you are attracting this person in a vibrational way. All right, my dears? So I believe there is a big potential here for this connection to develop in a most deeper way. All right, let us see here. What's going on with this connection? What's going on with this connection? Yeah, it's like, you know, those fears that you have might be bigger than the problem. So it might be that when you connect with your heart and you express yourself from the heart point, you'll be understanding that these are old fears that you have and they don't belong to your energy anymore. All right? There is a confidence here that is important to have, my dears, is that if you are really rooted in what you believe and really wanting to attract these profound and beautiful connections, when you're confident in that, you will be knowing that people that surround you are always being attracted by that energy. All right, so it doesn't fail. It doesn't fail when you understand where to work, because you only need to work in yourself to change the vibration. Then be aware of what leaves, what you want to leave, because that is also important to because you will feel it. You will not feel comfortable in a certain situation when you are so grounded in a certain value. So you will be more aware of what you want to leave, and you will be more aware of what is being attracted to your life. And I believe there is a certain expression here that needs to take place, perhaps an expression coming from your heart, to see what happens, and without fear, because for someone that is creative and believes in creation, fear doesn't take place there, because if you are always creating your life, and if you believe in that, if you go to that creative heart space, and if you say something to someone that doesn't agree with you and goes away, that's fine too, because you know that you will be attracting people that connects with what you want. And it's better to have what you intend, what you find is valuable, that keep with something that it doesn't match your vibration, that is not truth, is not true in nature, you know. So what is going on with this connection here, my dears? Yeah, there is a certain comfort here that you two have to bring into this connection. I believe that is something, that needs comfort. You know, the comfort of coming into a home. You know, the comfort of, counting on somebody else. There is a kind of a comfort here that needs to take place. It's something that you realize, or you will be realizing. Yes. The truth is that you want much more. You want much more from this, and you're not receiving. And that's the truth. So there is kind of a space that is important to be expressed here. A space from your heart that you need to express, so that you understand if you can flow in this space that you want and that you did discover, or if not, or if you really need to say goodbye and being attracting other relationships into your life. And that's okay, because you're prosperous, you're abundant, you know. What matters is what your values, what you want to create, my dears. So, but I see here a big potential, something that can be expressed, values that something. What I mean is that something that you realized, something that you realize would be important from this connection. It's like drinking water. There was something here, like a desert, that was going on here. Very pleasure, like 5 minutes pleasure, and then a desert, yeah. And right now it's like, no, 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 I need water. I need water in my life. Because to have this pleasure and then have a big desert in my life is like, it's empty, yes? But with water I can grow a garden. Yes, and it's going to be something rooted. Because gardens, they need flowers, they need root, yes? And you will have complicity with each other. I think you say it like this in English. With each other. You can count on each other. There is something that you can drink in this relationship, yeah? Prosperous, abundant, creating with each other, counting on each other, dreaming together. So what's going on with this? Stopping this feeling of needed to be guarded all the time. You know, if this is a fear of saying something that comes from your heart and the other person goes away, remember that what you're creating inside of you is sacred, my dears. And that should be what you manifest. If you're not manifesting your wish, your desires, your true expressions outside, you're not going to feel well. It's not going to bring you the fruits. You're going to feel bad, actually, in any situation that doesn't come from your inner self. And the purpose is that it's not because it's not agreeing with you. You know, it's like you're insisting on something that doesn't have to. It's like insisting on dressing a suit that is not your number or something. All right? And you insist, and it's painful. It's just painful because it's not you. It's not for you. It's not your inner self. All right? And so life is going to become painful because the intention is so that you can do something to align yourself better with your inner self, with your inner wisdom, with the conclusions that you got from going inwards. And that conclusion is a heart space, my dears, heart space. All right, so this is what I have for you, my loves. Let me know if this resonated in the comments, and press like, subscribe my channel so that you can have further readings like this, and we will see each other next readings. Bye.